Alright, let's just start from the beginning.
All the world has fallen to Kairos, and now the Overlord's eye is on the Tears, our home. The last corner of the world free of Kairos' reign. Two armies, the Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus, march south from the Northern Empire, the last realm to fall to Kairos a century prior.
Pardon? He's yawning a bit. Not because it was boring, it's just because I didn't get much sleep, you know? You know how it be. Anyways, let's go.
In the early days of 428, Kairos'
428.
armies arrive at the
428
gates of
what?
judgment, the mountainous border that we Tearsmen
It's not
so
AD,
long
is it?
believed unassailable. Unable to agree on a unified plan of defense, the various leaders of the Tears sit and wait for each other to deal with the conquerors. Until it's too late.
Yep, that's how it goes. Should have band together, but no. But hey, of hindsight 2020. Oh, what the hell is with this screen? Conquest! During the conquest, you will decide your character's action during Kairos' invasion tier, shaping a world, la la la. Each choice, choose wisely. Maybe I... Oh, TR. What does TR mean? Ooh. I like that. The bastard city stood on the northern borders between Kairos' empires and the Tears, built upon a natural harbor at the crossroads between realms. City was a nexus of commerce. To the Tears, it was a center of all wealth. To the Northerners, it was a little more than a backwater trading post. Its symbolic status as the gateway to the continent made it a natural first target in Kairos' military conquest. Circumstances were ideal for you to prove your worth as a soldier in Kairos' army. Taking this city would send a message to the rest of the Tears. Kairos is insurmountable. Huh? Select a token on the map. Gates of Judgment. In the first major engagement of war, Kairos' army crossed the mountains and established a foothold. I see. Oh, what's this? Infiltrate the Tears. Both armies send their forces to prepare the way. Let's see. What? Infiltration, I guess? Infiltrate the Tears. History will remember the Gates of Judgment as the first battle of the conquest, but the real combat unfolded with advanced units of both armies preparing for the coming war. The Disfavored and Chorus each had a plan to infiltrate the capital city. Which army did you join? You lend your skills to elite Disfavored scouts to capture a border garrison. Graven Ash insisted that an early victory in an offensive would boost the morale of his troop and diminish her haughty overconfidence of the Southerner. Join the Scarlet Chorus as they raided villages and small towns, conscripting every able-bodied man and woman in the army. The voices of Nerat emphasized the rewards of conscription and enslavement over wanton bloodshed. Apparently, his soldiers needed a reminder. You see, well, I'm not a fan of raids and pillage, so let's go with the Disfavored. They have my favor. Aha, aha, aha. The Oathbound scouts identified a modest border defense and collaborated on an organized attack that would leave the enemy uncoordinated and cut off from aid. You oversaw the preparation and offered your opinions on the strategy. When the clashing of swords and spear fell to silence, followed by the cheering of Disfavored scouts, you were the least surprised. Ah. What now? What now? Inside agent, I see. Containing the fire. What's this? Fiercest opponents in Bastion cities were the mages of the School of Wild Wrath, too barbaric to use their power responsibly, and the unbridled practitioners needed to be stopped. How did you trick the hot-tempered mages into their own undoing? Okay. And what's this one? Inside agent with border garrison captured by your disfavored allies, you traveled ahead of Kairos' army and lurked in shadow of the bastard city. You decided that converting one of the locals to Kairos' side would help bring the city to its knees. After all, corruption starts from within. Sounds like a good plan. Enlist a bitter captain of the guards to sell military secrets to the disfavored. Better than Kairos' forces march to their next. Better that Kairos' forces march to their next inevitable victory well informed. What's came to an arrangement with wait. Oh. You get lore. Is this because of the lore stats or I'm kinda tempted to click on it, but these things I'm sure they'll appear later. Except Bastard City. This is important right now. Came to an arrangement with a well-connected smuggler who knew how to sneak agents of the Scarlet Chorus behind the city walls. Scarlet Chorus were better operatives than soldiers. This work required a subtle touch. Yeah, I see. Do I want... Let's see... Enlist a bit... Well, better deal with... I mean... Yeah, I prefer... Yeah, I don't know. It feels like better to sneak my own guys in than what, but... Bastard City, named for its position between two realms. I see. Bastard City is surrounded by... and its Bastard City and the surrounding lands, known as the Bastard Tier, is a melting pot of culture and a place of commerce and intrigue. The Tiersmen themselves viewed the Bastard City as a... wait, I already know this. Kairos. Name of legend. For centuries, the Overlord has consolidated power. Centuries? How old is this guy? Sending armies to swallow entire realms. The most powerful mystic the world has ever seen. Kairos can issue edicts, magical proclamation that level city, spread pox, thunderlands, or change the course of seasons. I see. The Archons, the master of magic throughout the known world, bow to Kairos, and the Overlord readily destroys any Archon unwilling to kneel. These sorceresses and madmen lead the Overlord's armies in near-endless conquest. As the realms of the known world fall to the Overlord, these captured territories are divided up amongst Archons to manage, able to deliver suffering and woe to every corner of Terratus without leaving the capital. Few have seen the Overlord in person, though Kairos' name is the single most recognized name in the world. Only the Archons can say what the Overlord looks like. Well, anyways, if you dislike all this reading, perhaps it's time to leave, because like I said in the beginning, I get this feeling contains a lot of reading. Let's see. Disciplined and battle-hardened, the disfavored are elite legion in Kairos' army. They spearheaded the conquests of the younger realms, finding themselves always outnumbered but never outclassed. Led by the steadfast and dutiful Graven Ash, whom they follow with obsessive devotion, they are committed to imposing their interpretation of the order upon the relative lawlessness of the tiers. The Legion only tolerate northerners in their ranks, priding themselves on their high standard and cultural purity. Ah yes, racism. Yeah, bastard. Oh no, I read this already. What about the Scarlet Chorus? What about them? Scarlet Chorus is a little more than a gang of thugs and their captive slaves. Rather than organized under commissioned officers, the chorus follows a hierarchy seemingly ruled by whoever has the bravado to command and defend the position. At the head of its chaotic packing order, the Archon of Secrets, better known as the Voices of Nerat, treats the Scarlet Chorus as his personal army. The Scarlet Chorus often suffers tremendous losses after battle, only to swell in the aftermath when captured enemies and collateral prisoners are given the cruel opportunity to join or die. Well, both sides has problems, I see. But anyways, after accepting his deserved payment, the smuggler uncovered a long-forgotten tunnel that intersected with the sewers of the Bastard City. Oh my god, what's with that chanting? Was that the Voices of Nerat? That's a lot of voices. Maybe keep it down a bit, Narat, or voices. Huh, what is his name? Voices of Narat. I guess we just call him Voices, because Narat is... What the hell is a Narat? Anyway. So that intersected with sewers of the bastard city. Armed with maps of the subterranean layout, your Scarlet Chorus allies fanned out to occupy the very city districts undercover. They spent the ensuing weeks murdering key officials and sabotaging defense wherever possible, weakening the tier capital under the very nose of its leader. Betrayal of the Bastard City. Your tactics of infiltration placed you in the Bastard City ahead of the main armies. Your work softened the city defenses for the arrival of Kairos' forces, but you wanted a decisive gesture that would give your ally a meaningful advantage. How did you assist in the fall of the Bastard City? What's this? Keeping to the shadows. You eliminate... what's this? I gain abilities. Ooh. Wait. Okay. Hold on. Here in shadows, you eliminate the leaders of the Bastard City one by one. Ability? Let's see. Concealing shadow. Melee. 1 per encounter. Oh. Okay. Self-grace deflection. Minus 100 accuracy. 200 dodge, 200 parry. Okay, this is a defensive skill. Attack skill, subterfuge, value of weapon or create a cloud of obscuring shadow and dust for a short duration. Enemies that use physical attacks against you have a significantly increased chance to miss. During the time, your attack will also be less effective. So, I don't know, it's a once per encounter. Not sure how I'll use this. I mean, I feel like attack, or at least a whole lot of attack, is key for this kind of game. Then again, I don't do a lot of this sort of game. It says, spread the word of Kairos. You convert the poor and disaffected into the hidden army of the Scarlet Chorus. Once the dust settles, the army wishes to bolster their troops with these sleeper cells. I mean, we're giving the poor an employment opportunity. That's not so bad. They'll probably die though. Searing Palm. Range, 24 seconds. Fire versus magic. But I don't have control fire. I don't got it. Though I do have law, so maybe it scales with that. Get a heat in your hands and release it on our foe. Burning Finger. Target next in flame, burning over time, so more damage. I see. Okay, what does these guys give? You challenge the commanders of the Bastard City Defense or armor fight to the death. This favor wishes to spare soldiers' life for battles ahead and civilians' life for occupation. That is also very wise. Say cooldown once per encounter. Okay, self minus 15 damage. Plus 15 health for every second. Okay, this is a healing skill. I see. Skills of athletics. Stand your ground in the face of defeat. During this time, you will regenerate your health rapidly, but your damage is significantly reduced. I take the fire fizz, please. Didn't take much to convince the Bastard City's downtrodden that Kairos was the superior power. Your army then, you armed them with weapons and knowledge of a signal you would raise when the time was right. As the armies appeared outside the walls, you ignite the sparks that fanned their angers to a full-scale riot. Chaos they spread in Kairos' name weakened the city to such an extent that its inevitable fall was but a formality. Alright. Oh, that's a nice effect over there. Very nice. I like that a lot. Oh shit, what? The Bastard City 428TR. Bastard City settled into a new state of normalcy. With every tower displaying Kairos' banner, your name was whispered alongside rumors of a decorated career to come. The armies divided into two fronts and migrated south. Tunon sent words that you were to join the next frontier of Kairos' conquest, either as judge and overseer of the settlements of Lithian's Crossing or as war advisor with the armies advancing into the realm of Apex. I see, so I gotta choose one or the other. And what's... Oh, I don't got enough lore to know about Apex apparently. But Lithian Crossing, let's see. Built in the shadow of an old war's junction in the realm of Haven. What? Built in the shadow of an old war's junction in the realm of Haven, Lithian's Crossing is a growing trading settlement. The nearby rivers are rich in iron ore, though the locals lack the technology to smelt and forge the element. In the years following Kairos' conquest of the Tears, the population of Lithian's Crossing swelled with refugees fleeing the destruction of their homelands. The presence of the forge-bound binding the iron along with their guards make this makeshift settlement a vital resource for Kairos' army. Okay. And what's Apex? God damn it. Troops are mountain realm of Apex. Oh, I can still see them here, huh? Okay. Deposits of iron made the settlement of Lithian Crossing a strategic war asset. Kairos sent a forge-bound smith mage of exceptional skill to smith mage, you say, to establish the flow of weapons. Tunon the Abjugator sent one of his Fatebinders to ensure the enforcement of Kairos' law, or Apex. Troops of Mountain Realm of Apex stood idle in the safety of their valley, biding their time as their neighbors in the Busted Tier fell. The second year of the war, a joint force with the disfavored and Scarlet Chorus crossed over the mountains to take control of the Tier's central valley. Okay, so war advisor in Apex or overseer of Lithian Crossing. Lithian Crossing. War advisor. I don't know. I mean, I kind of want to find out what's the deal with Apex, since I got no lore. But I do know Lithian better, with my lore ability. Well. What a conundrum. You know what? Supplies are important in war. So, Lithian Crossing it is. Damn it. I'm getting indecisive. I also want to see what's going on with Apex. Lithian Crossing it is. Also, I'm interested in these. Was this Smithborn? What are they called again? Year 2 of Kairos' conquest. Lithian's Crossing. Years ago, Lithian the Bold founded a small merchant town at the intersection of ancient old walls. A pact between the settlers and the mercenary companies meant their caravans were able to travel without fear of bandits or Bane. What the hell is a Bane? Give me some lore. No lore? Damn it. And the town thrived in modest insignificance. Lithian's Crossing drew Kairos' attention for the iron deposit in the surrounding hills, with the region under Kairos' control. The northern Smith mages, alright. Wait, no, you got another. Would set up workshop to refine ores and arm the disfavored with the finest weapon in the known world. The Arkham Secrets dismantled the mercenary support with generous bribe, taking the crossing in a bloodless victory. Tunon dispatch you alongside Kairos' forces and bring order to a region. Tunon, let's find out. It's apparently our boss. Tunon the Abjugator is the Archon of Justice, ruler of conquered realms and arbiter of disputes. Oldest of the Archons sent to the Oldest of the Archons sent to conquer the Tears, Tunon speaks with the Kairos' authority. His true appearance remains hidden behind an iron mask, the face of judgment. Tunon is an impartial, sober creature, wholly obsessed with judgment and order. Though assumed to be a powerful combatant, Tunon rarely strays from his throne room, entrusting his court of Fatebinders to act as his eyes and ears, as well as judge, jury, and executioner. Alright. He's a boss. Alright, looks like we got some issues. The Cult of Sirin. Sirin, Archon of Song, use arcane charm to lure locals into joining Kairos' army. As a patroness of the Scarlet Chorus, Her efforts were critical to the conscriptions of new recruits. When an enthralled, disfavored soldier joined her cult, his company feared that Archon was going out of control and needed to be stopped. I see. Well, this one. The iron must flow. The smith mages worked day and night to create weapons. No one faltered their dedication, yet production was low. The plans that came to light proved divisive to the disfavored and Scarlet Chorus. On one hand, any additional manpower was needed for fighters, not forgers. On the other hand, the celebrated weaponry of Kairos' army needed to be fiercely guarded. Weapon. I mean, let's say... let's see. I mean, let's say someone blew up the forge, right? What are we gonna fight with? Sticks? It's important to secure a steady flow of supply. As the Scarlet Chorus took refuge in a recent influx and forced them to serve in Kairos' military. Oh, wait, Scarlet, of course, took refugees. I see, now that makes sense. From the recent influx and forced them to serve in Kairos' military. You repurpose these individuals to hold wagons of iron for the smith mages. This proved an inconvenience to the Scarlet Chorus, who relied on their forces of numbers to be effective in the field. Well, maybe it's time for new tactics. I don't know. What about this one? Conscript the help from a local tribe of beastmen. Their strength would be more than offset their disobedience. The disfavored protested that savages have access to the secrets of iron, but their voices were few compared to the support of the Scarlet Chorus. For one thing, if they are so savage, would they even understand the secret of iron? Also, giving jobs to local tribes. I'm not against that. But I want to see how we do in this one. Disfavored... voice cracked. Disfavored demanded that the Arcana Song cease her recruitment practices and that they be allowed to violently subdue her cult of followers. Loss of soldier was a significant setback to the Scarlet Chorus's conscription effort. Violently subdue. That don't sound good. Scarlet Chorus, as tradition, you sent the latest batch of cultists to the front lines of the Apex campaign. Those who survived were welcome to remain in Kairos' military, and their performance would stand as testimonies to Siren's effectiveness. You know what? I'm not dealing with that shit. Alright? Me? I'm creating jobs. His Scarlet Chorus were overjoyed to learn of a beastman conscription and graciously lent their support to your cause. The local beastmen were subdued and yonked to iron-bearing wagons. This was not what I expected. I thought we could assign contracts, offer salaries. Well, the iron must flow. The iron must flow. Where their boundless strength and tirelessness proved critical to the smith mages, this favored grew agitated about exposing the secrets of iron to savages. Your attempt to allay their concerns, but your words fell flat before a stubborn, uncompromising audience. You know, maybe I've sided with the Scarlet Chorus a bit too much recently, but anyway. Pick of the armory. Since you aided the production of weapons, commanders of both armies lobbied for additional arms. They offered all manner of bribes to the next in line for a fitting session. With the master of the forge... with a fitting session with the master of forge. How did you sate the lust for iron? See, well, this one. What is this? A guardian's due. Kairos' army uses Letian's crossing as a reprieve from war. The city grew more crowded as a mercenary army hired by the Archon's secrets occupied the barracks, where they drained resources and escalated tension. The disfavored wanted nothing to do with the sellswords, but the Scarlet Chorus sought to invite them into the fold. Let's see. The disfavored demanded that the mercenaries be kept far from Kairos' army. The righteous occupiers would not deign to share provisions or supplies with degenerate sellswords. You build a separate barracks and mess hall in order to keep the sellsword out of the army's way and enacted strict laws against disorderly conduct. Yes, they do seem very disorderly. That Scarlet Choruses and the mercenaries engage in combat games and challenges and to allow laws against revelry and merriment to go unenforced. Those who won the contest to a greater share of provisions and sellswords of merit were to join Kairos' army. Think about this one. You allow no changes to orderly dispensation of iron and punish those who tried to bribe you twice. Gave iron to the Scarlet Chorus commander, knowing that they pay very well for any killing tool. Okay, so this is all about... Okay. Okay, so this is about bribes. I don't care about that. Let's enforce some laws, alright? For one, they were getting rowdy. On two, this I'm sort of on this disfavored shit list. Or at least I'm getting onto it. And you know, I mean, it's nice that they'll be able to get their own barracks. Get their own place to sleep. You know, the sellswords. So I say that's a win-win. They can do whatever they want in their own barracks. And the disfavored can, you know, ignore them from their side. And, you know, the city keeps its law. So let's do with that. Lead soldiers to the north had little patience for sellswords under the best of circumstances and showed open contempt for mercenaries born in the tiers. They demanded that all armies, including their own soldiers, follow strict military discipline and be restricted to quarters when not on duty. After some discussion, you agreed that separate accommodations were the best possible solution. Though the sellsword balked at the oppressive foreign custom, you convinced them it was the safest recourse. Well, there we go. To control the Corson. Tragedy struck when a mercenary hired by the voice of Nerat injured a forge-bound artisan. Well, fucking well. What about the barracks I built you? Should have stayed in there. Okay, forge-bound. Let's find out more about them. Forge-bound are mage-smith, sworn to Kairos' service. Though their operation in tiers are overseen by Tunan and his court of fate-binders, each forge-bound use magic as a tool to augment their personal craft. Most commonly smelting and metalworking, but carpenters, tailors, and tanners are found in the ranks. Each mage strives to create that which is impossible with mundane hands. You know, I like these guys already. Like crafting magic? That's nice, because all too often, too many fireballs when it comes to magic. Most notably, the Forgebound is the sole master of iron working in a known world, using spell of fire resistant to wade into the forge fires. The Forgebound can work iron at temperatures no other forge can match, and with a hands-on touch that no mundane smith could hope to achieve. Because of this vital skill, the Forgebound are considered a strategic war asset. Their lives regimented and controlled so that the forges may churn out iron arms and armor without debate, delay, or distraction. Alright. Let's see, mercenary hired by a forge when Nerat injured a forge-bound artisan, leaving him unable to practice his craft. Bastard. Tunon ordered the mercenary to leave the city in the hands of Kairos' more responsible servant. Only a token garrison would be left behind while the army returned to the front. As this disfavored and Scarlet Chorus showed increasing tension and hostility towards each other, Tunon decreed it best that only one force controlled the crossing. Well, I get a feeling if I leave the Scarlet Chorus to it, something's gonna blow up. And also, their mercenary did injure a Forgebound. So, I think the choice is rather clear. Disfavored. The disfavored placed a modest garrison in the settlement of Lethian's Crossing. Also, the disfavored are, if I remember correctly, they can fight in smaller numbers, while the chorus is reliant on big numbers. So I say the disavowed are better at splitting their forces. It's a smaller loss for the disfavored than for the scarlet. So I say it's a win-win. Unless, of course, the disfavored, gains a monopoly to the iron and not give any of them to the scarlet. But that is bound to happen, whoever I give it to. If it is going to happen. Okay, disfavored plays a modest garrison in the settlement of Lethian's Crossing. Though the force was larger than might be needed to police the small settlement, protecting the forge-bound ironsmiths became the true agenda of the defense force, as these magical craftsmen kept the disfavored invasion force suited in iron. They're protecting them, so that's a good thing, right? Relieved at the departure of the Scarlet Chorus, the citizens of Lithian's Crossing felt they got the least of two burdens. You received word from Graven Ash thanking you for your decision. The Forge-bound and their weaponry could not be entrusted to the voices of Narat. Hey! Everybody's happy! Except maybe the Scarlet Chorus. But I think I did good here. Man, I haven't even started the game, but this is fun too, this is fun. I could do this for a bit. Alright, now I got 3 areas to choose from. Mercenaries expelled from Lethian's Crossing and Lethian's Crossing under new leadership. Kairos' forces congratulate themselves on bringing an order to the settlement and guaranteeing a productive flow of resources. Over the course of this diversion, the army front advanced further into the tiers. Your skills were needed in the realm of Azure, Stalwart, and the Vellum Citadel. I only know about Vellum Citadel apparently. Library Fortress, the largest archive of the written word in the tiers. The School of Ink and Quill protected and maintained the archive of ancient lore for centuries, standing apart from the political upheavals of the younger realms as an enduring pillar of knowledge and culture. Well, I do like knowledge and culture. What the hell is Azure? Dispatch the Arcane Stone to subjugate the nation of Azure. Okay. Who the hell is Arcane Stone? Stalwart. With its easily defended position and rich military tradition, the realm of Stalwart was the most formidable realm in the tiers. Although, this two is like, we go fight. But this one is like books, knowledge, secrets. Kairos' conquering gaze fell upon the Vellum Citadel, its treasures and its knowledge and its secrets. You know what? I could take a trip to the library. And also it's the only place I got information out of. I don't know about Azure or Stalwart, no. I don't know. Like, it would be great to find out more about the place, maybe, I don't know. I don't know, but... Arcane Stone, Stalwart, Vellum Citadel. Damn. I mean, if I get more lore, could I it'd be easier to choose, maybe? I don't know. I don't know anything about these two places, but I am interested in a Citadel, so I guess I'll go with the Citadel. For 30 tier, year 30 of Kairos' conquest. Alright, let's check out the Citadel. What we got in here? Vellum Citadel was an archive and library of massive scale. Its inhabitants were known as scholars, the School of Ink and Quill. A circle of mages that century ago carved out their own mountainous refuge and lands unsettled by other major realms. Legends say that the Citadel houses a treasure trove of arcane knowledge. Magic. Overlord's spy infiltrated the school and confirmed as much. The time was ripe to send a detachment to the great library fortress and force the scholars to yield to Kairos. Alright. Song of Ensnarement. Siren, Arcanus Song, used her power to control enemy mages who crept beyond the Citadel walls. After Kairos' forces round up the arcane practitioners, the disfavored began executing the new captives before they could share dangerous knowledge, a crime under Kairos' law with the Scarlet Courses. Okay, so you can't share dangerous knowledge, I see. Then there's disfavor with compromise. The sage's mouth will be bound with iron brittles, preventing them from speaking their forbidden knowledge. Punishes is favored for executing mages, bound to Scarlet Chorus, ordering that several disfavored soldiers be given to the Arcan Song as her personal bodyguard. Okay, what about this one? Chain of Command. Detachment of Kairos' army marched on the Vellum Citadel, expecting an orderly surrender. As they neared the main gates, a blast of arcane energy struck the commanders dead. Suddenly, the highest-ranking officer alive, Kairos' forces looked to you for the next step. The call weighed on your mind as it had immediately influence on the soldiers' losses. Alright. As it had an immediate influence on soldiers' loss. Okay. You order expendable Scarlet Chorus to attack, commanding this orderly mob forward to give the elite disfavored a chance to withdraw. Though a costly maneuver in terms of life loss, this assured the survival of the most capable and effective soldiers. Order disfavored to advance the shield wall, knowing that a handful of Kairos' elite soldier would over-attack until Scarlet Chorus retreat. You knew disfavor would despise you for any loss at the Scarlet Chorus' expense, but that was a small price to pay for saving lives. I'm not dealing with this. I'm going back to the scholars. Okay. See, Mouth would be bound with iron brittles, preventing them from speaking their forbidden knowledge. What is an iron brittle? I could only assume. I mean, at least we're not sewing their mouths together, right? Okay, I mean, I assume it's gonna hurt a lot since it's gonna force their mouth closed. Make them not speak. How are they going to eat? I guess through a straw or something. Executing mages bound to Scarlet Chorus, ordering several disfavored soldier be given to the Arcan Song as a personal bodyguard. Yeah, they're not gonna like that. They're not gonna like that at all. You know what? I'm gonna save these scholars. I mean, at least they're not gonna be dead, right? As a disfavored fitted as sages with their restraining mask, the Scarlet Chorus openly criticized the suppression of enemy intelligence, gave a soldier a stern lesson on Kairos' law and a sensitive treatment of forbidden knowledge. But that didn't stop the whispering and rumors that the conquest was being mismanaged. Well, shut the fuck up. I know what I'm doing, probably. On this right of command, Arcan Song incited Scarlet Chorus recruits to fight their leaders. Bosses were killed and supplanted left and right. The disfavored demand an end to the practice for the good of the conquest. Agreed with the disfavored argument. The right of command had its place, but not when Kairos' forces were outnumbered and reinforcement were weeks behind, if not longer. You ruled that each Archon had the right to govern their armies according to their nature. The right of command bred chaos, but it also ensured that the strongest rise to lead. I see. About this one. Spy Master's Agent. A group of enemy mages surrendered to the disfavored, claiming to be spies loyal to the voices of Narad. No one in the army could verify the claim. The disfavored readied to interrogate the mages, but the Scarlet Chorus protested, demanding that the prisoners be given to their custody. They couldn't risk the voice of Narad's secret falling into the wrong hands. Though it meant angering the Scarlet Chorus, the mages were disfavored property. They remained in custody while you reviewed their claims. Ignore the disfavored threats, sharply reminding them that they march at Kairos' orders and not their own whims. The mages were released into the custody of the Scarlet Chorus. You know what? If they were spies, I mean, look, they're scholars, right? So, if they were not the spies of the Scarlet Chorus, why would scholars want to join the Scarlet Chorus, right? Also, they got their hair, like, fingers crossed behind here. You see that? That's Scarlet Chorus behavior right there. Anyways, I'm thinking that either way, right? If they were lying, then, well, I guess the Scarlet Chorus will just kill them. You know, that's what they do. If they, or, you know, they joined them for reals. If they were not lying, then they belong to the Scarlet Chorus regardless. So, you know, they do that. Also, I don't want to deal with the Archon of Song. She caused trouble every single time. Like, I don't want to deal with this stupid shit. Like, the armies do whatever they want. The armies do whatever they want. I'm here to enforce the law. I think. I can't remember what I'm here for anymore. It's been 3 years. Or at least, how many hours has it been since I started? Anyways. Yep, Scarlet Chorus gets the guys. The Scarlet Chorus accepted the mages into their company with gratitude after secreting them within tents and out of an earshot. You presume that a discussion of interrogation followed. When asked about it the following day, the Scarlet Chorus admitted that they sent the mages to the Voices of Nerat with an escort, dispatching them under cover of night without due authorization. You reprimanded the soldier for keeping you out of loop, but there was not else to be done in the matter. Well, let's see. I don't understand. I thought I was already gonna send him to the Voice of Nerat, but whatever. The Edict of Fire. Food and morale dwindled as the siege party realized the enemy would win this war of attrition. Tunon sent word that Kairos' patience had run thin. Your lord would cast an Edict of Fire over the enemy. The parchment arrived in a slender case of engraved iron, written on it the word of a spell powerful enough. The words of a spell powerful enough to destroy the Vellum Citadel. You had the choice of when to read the edict. Reading it at sunrise would offer your enemies no warning of the devastation to come. You could also wait until sunset, giving them ample time to flee or make amends. Alright. Opting to give the enemy no quarter, you proclaim the Edict of Fire at the first moment of dawn, granting the enemy no warning of the destruction to come. Though the chorus insisted your action doomed their spies, the disfavored applaud your decisions. Okay. Claiming they still had spies within the citadel, the Scarlet Chorus urged you to warn the mages of the Overlord's edict. Granting their request, you met with the enemy under a blue flag of peace and warned them of their doom, giving the chorus spies and the enemy a chance to run. You know what? First of all, I don't like sending in spies and then just nuke them along the enemies. That's not right. And also, if I'm gonna nuke someone, I'm gonna at least call them and tell them I'm gonna fucking nuke you. So, you know, surrender or die. You confronted the mage with a warning and hoped that the message was received. The hour before sunset, numerous figures were spotted fleeing the citadel. As the sun dipped under the horizon, you read the words of the edict. The edict. The earth shook and red-orange light glowed from the foundation of the sprawling citadel. Bubbling up from under the library, a torrent of lava heaved with explosive force, gushing from windows and between loose bricks, melting winding trenches in the surrounding land. Days later, the flames still raged on, with the conflagration continually fed and renewed by the power of the edict. Alright, we burned the books. That's a shame. Oh wow, that's a volcano. The armies of Kairos left the devastation of Vellum Citadel in silence. From that day forward, the tears came to know the once noble citadel as the Burning Library. Previously known as Vellum Citadel, the archive and ancestral home of the stage, is now the site of volcano crater. Eruption of lava began during the Conquest of Tears after Kairos' force failed to claim the library in the Overlord's name. Kairos cast an Edict of Fire to break the siege and rid the world of the forbidden knowledge stored there. The Citadel has been a smoldering ruin ever since. Alright. This was an undisputed loss of resource, knowledge, culture, and life, but a message has been sent. The Overlord will not tolerate defiance. You don't have long to rest before Tunon called you into service once more. You were one of the last to depart from the mountains, and as you journeyed off, you spotted a few campfires in the mountains. They were mere specks dwarfed by the inferno, last gasp of survivors, or perhaps looters from Kairos' army, bored and daring enough to pick through the ashes. Alright, what next? Where next do we go? Conquest complete. You have reached the end of Kairos' conquest. Do you want to continue or erase your progress and start over? Continue. Oh wow, it's crying blood. Where is this?
The year is 431, and Kairos' invasion has shattered all major opposition in the tiers. The Younger Realms, the Bastard Tier, the Free Cities. All who defied Kairos lay broken by battle, or bowed in surrender. The two armies of the Overlord, the Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus, now control our lands.
Very nice. I guess we're winning, finally.
But our will is not yet extinguished.
Oh, okay.
Not entirely.
Alright.
In the Valley of Vendrian's Well, those of us unwilling to bow to Kairos have banded together in defiance. Violating an oath of surrender from 2 years prior, we have staged a bloody uprising, murdering the Disfavored and Scarlet Chorus garrison in a midnight assault.
That's not very nice. That's not very nice. God damn it. My tongue is loose. Also, I'm kinda hungry. Damn it. You lose prestige from that.
With their main forces spread across the tiers, the Disfavored and Scarlet Chorus redeploy to Vendrian's Well to crush the resistance. But months pass with no definitive battle. As disagreement and discord paralyze the Archons, we bide our time and wait for our message of insurrection to spread across the tiers.
Oh, I see. That's
the Overlord
plan,
is not
I guess.
amused. And Kairos has one message for the Archons. Crush the Oathbreakers or die.
Well, that's a short
Kairos
and
backs
sweet
this
sweet
threat with an
message, ain't
edict.
it?
A magical commandment that can slay all in the valley should the order be ignored. The honor of proclaiming this edict fell to you. Sent across the mountains to Vendrian's Well, you carry the Overlord's edict to read before the Archons.
Alright. Let's tell them to win
As
or
you finally
die.
make your way through the winding mountain passes into the valley, the ground trembles, and Kairos' magic seals the way behind you.
Already, all the way from here. God damn. God damn, that's a lot of
You are
magic.
trapped
That's a
in
lot of
Vendrian's
range.
Well, with Kairos' armies and the Oathbreakers. The only way to survive is to fulfill the terms of the Overlord's edict, in any way that you can.
I guess I'm on board in this fight now. No more oh wow. There's the place. God damn, where is the blood coming from? Rosebuds. I forgot that's my name. It's been so long.